and welcome to the NXT review. We are the Dudley Boys of What Culture. I'm Adam Wilbourn, joined by Michael Hamflett and Michael Sidgwick here to review everything that happened on last night's episode of NXT. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. We do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review the show, formerly known as NXT 2.0. Oh, Friday Night SmackDown, AW Dynamite, AW Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a roundup of the week complete with a big quiz, of course, on Wrestle Culture. As I said, they're joined by Hamflett and Sidgwick to review last night's NXT, the go-home show ahead of the great America Bears.
And God bless the United States.
You were in the news studio this morning when I spoke to Sidgwick about the show across the desks, and we both share a dislike for the phrase "the feeling" in relation to AEW. Mm-hmm. It became a cliche, and it became this thing that people got so desperate to find that it lost all meaning. I realised how long it has been since I have had the feeling about NXT, and last night brought it all the way back.
Yes!
This was absolute trash. And it was the trash I wanted to live amongst, like I'm Oscar the Grouch. If NXT is good, don't care loads. If it occasionally has a great match, it's almost like, what the hell are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
This had nominal in-ring action, but things move forward. Mm-hmm. And then the vignettes.
Oh.
And the backstage stuff.
Oh.
my God.
And never mind the promo trains, the promo intercity expresses.
Oh my God.
Like, this was a trinexter.
You must have loved this.
No. That's utter drivel yet again. Less offensive in-ring wise. I've got a bit of earnest analysis for literally one slight moment. Elsewhere, what a disaster.
An NXT where you're watching it going, I can't believe
People
part
watch
of my
this.
job is to talk about this.
I can't believe people watch this. Like, there's a certain
Same amount of people as Wednesday nights.
Correct.
There's a certain, to be honest, I can't imagine covering this show not like this, right?
Oh,
There's-
yeah.
There's certain websites where you go on and you read the copy and the thoughts and the analysis. It's like, do not.
Come on, mate. It's not a wrestling show.
You're writing about this as if you're earnestly appraising things that are good and bad about this total drivel. It astonishes me that people sit down, get the upper and down route. We're gonna see them.
See, dub.
See them. Click. That was quite excellent. You know what I mean? Like,
8.5 it got on 411 Mania this show. So...
Out of 50 or something. Like, I loved it, but I mean, what are we doing?
I wonder what
8.5.
I want to see what they've got on the vote for... votes, don't we? And I always forget to mention them.
go on Cage Match as well.
Nah.
I mean, it's
Beginning of tonight's NXT, I'll vote up.
It's not called Cage Bit, is it?
Oh, 80-20. 80% up votes for this show.
It's our channel.
Our subscribers.
From our unbiased observers.
That mean everyone's biased, mate.
8 out of 10, basically, they said this show was.
8 out of 10 cats. So
Better than Raw, according to that vote.
everything's better than Raw.
Come on.
Better than SmackDown.
Sometimes.
Dynamite. Ooh, dear, 67% poor last week.
It was amazing. He was like, oh,
I'm just quoting facts here, mate. Don't shoot the messenger. So
Yeah, but hang on, wait a minute. It's just 67% for Dynamite.
yeah,
There's like 33 that voted on HBO Max.
good point. Good
So,
point.
come
Yeah,
on.
completely
Right.
made up numbers that we should also factor into this. Right, let's dive into this week's show.
You can't away.
Dynamite was unbelievable last week.
67%. Just staring at it.
They're like in the YouTube comment trenches. Not the good ones, not the nice ones that typically reside in ours.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the absolute sludge out there. They don't like this, do they? There's a bit of inside baseball. Certain like outlets in various places, like I'm not naming names, but people know the ones I'm talking about. Just binned the radio. There's a weird disliking of AEW, browed thoughts-wise, across YouTube. We stick with it.
Yeah.
You know, the quality is good and the product can have ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
But a lot of the YouTube populace
It's been
seems...
quite great this year.
Yeah, I agree. Like, a lot of the YouTube populace is what I'm saying, seems to have taken against AEW for some reason.
Oh, it's because it's like, I'm speaking to the wrong audience here, but WWE for years and decades has done a commendable job of brainwashing people.
Mm-hmm. I saw a particularly
Can't
good
imagine
clip
that, but I see where you're coming from.
saw a particularly good clip of Punk Daniel Bryan from Rumble.
I
Was it?
saw this doing the rounds as well.
Seen this? Heard about this?
No.
The Rumble, Sidge, am I
It's
right
the
there?
Rumble when they're 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah.
And Matt Striker says, these Danielson came from the minor leagues. The internet loves this match right now. Who cares what the fucking internet says? It's Michael Cole.
Yeah. And Stryker, very quickly, like, he was either in that moment there or learnt it very quickly. Like, got ya. Okay, here's something for you stupid internet marks. And then it was like, you like them though, Matt. Why are you sucking up to me? He couldn't win. It was really funny.
Yeah, because he was the ultimate loser.
Yeah.
Matt Striker.
That was his gimmick. They made him wear Ultimate Warrior face paint, but it was U and L.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate loser. He shakes ropes and trips over them.
I mean, in many ways he did. He was a total... Matt
A
Striker.
graduate of Loser University.
Matt Striker. One of these days, right, when I truly stop caring once and for all, I'm going to draw up a list of my ultimate losers, like within wrestling and observing it. Matt Striker he's close to being that. What a loser.
Will you take a picture of it, like the Cody list?
Yeah.
By the way, we haven't mentioned Stax's list. Did you see this? He drew up a list of opponents he wanted to face.
No.
Oh, let me dig this out. He did this last
I've
week, and
seen this, but we can play the game.
Yeah.
I meant to mention it, yeah. It's sensational work, of course, from our colleague. I was gonna say.
Well, yeah.
It's better on the podcasts, I think.
Is it like, what's the crack here? Is it a piss take or is it a genuine manifestation deal?
Now that this is from July 6th, now that I'm Heritage Cup champion and the dawn of NXT.
And I mean, folks, where's the lie?
I'm calling shots for my next match. He's written a list of 8 Heritage Cup contenders. Can you name any of them?
Contenders for the cup. So my first thought, for whatever reason, was Ricky Saints, but he's
Oh, you're half right, isn't he? Number 7.
Ricky.
No.
The band All Saints.
No.
Saints.
Knock a letter off that.
Johnny Saint.
Saint.
Hang on.
Johnny Saint.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
The old fella who walks the ropes.
yeah, Big Daddy.
Good turn. Good
Act.
There's one current NXT star in this list.
Not Charlie Dempsey.
Nope. And he's got a little nickname for that person as well.
No, I'm Dar.
It's a good nickname. No.
Ugh.
One of our favourites, but not for the in-ring. Yes?
Certainly not.
Yes.
Certainly not for the in-ring.
I could do a clue, but it would be physical to do the clue.
I don't know. Tavian Heights.
No, we liked it.
Yeah, I'm struggling with it.
Who's an absolute that we think's funny because they're so terrible?
Karrion Kross.
In
that vein, in that genre.
Oh.
In NXT.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's tough to think of anyone in NXT. Fits that description.
Oh, Alexis King.
But what's his adjective / nickname? Like stupid Lexus King.
Can't remember.
No, because you haven't seen it yet, so there's nothing to remember.
Oh, good.
Saying what is
I was trying to think of like Sexy Lexi or something. But
no. What Staxis just came up with one like X
I see. Right,
Lexus
okay.
King, but like crazy Lexus King or
Not lose Alexis King.
no.
We call of one of our colleagues this as well. To his face. Don't worry.
I have no idea.
I have to share part of the office with this person. I just squeeze in next to them on our table.
Ah, like when you call him Fat Phil.
Oh!
Fat Lexus King.
Do you want to run you through the whole list? Because we'll be here forever.
Yes.
We've got a lot of performances to put on throughout this show. Number 1, Fat Lexus King. Santino Marella. I mean, that's like a omega for me.
I thought he was
basically.
done with family business, huh?
Gregory Paul, who I think is the father of Logan and Jake.
Right.
Weird guy. A-Train.
How'd you get it?
Randy Orton Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Coco Beware. Johnny Saint. And Mike the Situation off of Jersey Shore.
God, I haven't thought about the situation in
I think he
20 years.
Can you respond to this? Or I saw something about this situation.
Does the situation predate The Miz, and that's where Mike Mizanin got The Miz? It feels like the...
No,
no,
I
because
don't
Miz
think
was the
so.
real world, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
The situation.
Just got himself
The
in a
situation
situation.
responded, I promised someone I love very much that I would never go back to being that person, but for you, I'm going to make an exception. We have a situation. I mean, this is huge if they can do this. It's what a crossover.
Getting
Crossover to what?
present-day pop culture phenomenon, The Situation,
He's not doing anything.
1.2 million followers on X.
to put the non-wrestling boots back on.
Anyway, what was the start of the show?
Oh, started off red hat, in fact, because we had not just the absolute piece that is Ricky Saints, but the two lads from Swipe Right in there, because Ricky Saints was running the Vanity Project Gauntlet. And we started off with our favourite, Brad Baylor, in there, who does well for himself, bit cocky, but does well for himself early on. But then Saints fights back, catches a kick, hits a big suplex. Baylor comes back with a snapmare, misses a knee drop, sells the knee. There's a backdrop to Baylor, and then Saints nails him and hits a tornado DDT off the ropes for the 1-2-3.
Just cover all three at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most aggressive. Don't make me do this in threes.
Oh, I've got my nice thing to say.
I've got a
about
positive
this match.
thought on it, but
No,
it's
it's
best
great, yeah.
covered as a three.
Ricky
Is a three.
As a three.
Trifecta.
Ricky Smokes gets sent in next by Ethan Page. He hits a big slam to take us to a break. There's a backdrop out of the ring during the break, but we're back with Ricky. I've got it. Ricky Saints in trouble on Ricky Smokes' shoulders. Gets hit with a neck breaker. But Saints comes back, hits a big back suplex, stares at Ethan Page at ringside, but gets rolled up for a nice 2 count. But then Saints hits an inverted atomic drop to roll through and get the 1-2-3 on Ricky Smokes. And then it's time for the Evolved Champion, Jackson Drake, to come in, talk some trash, trade some shots. Saints looks like he's in control, and then gets hit with a knee lift. Drake gets a snapmare and a kick to the spine for a 2. Puts him in the ankle lock, stomps on his neck, gets a bow and arrow, but Saints gets free. There's a basement drop kick in there from Jackson Drake, a kick to the head, a gut buster for another 2 count. Saints runs at Drake, but Drake moves and hits a kick, goes up top, goes for the Swanton, but Ricky Saints gets the knees up and hits the Rochambeau for the 1-2-3. He has run the Vanity Project Gauntlet, which means he gets to pick the stipulation for the...
And God bless the United States.
And he vows to dog walk Page all over Atlanta. It's going to be falls count anywhere.
I had no thoughts going into this one at all. I just felt like Saints is on a bit of a treadmill at the moment, and who cares about these evolved losers? Even Brad Baylor. Like, I know, but like, come on. The execution of this changed my mind completely. I think what I realised, like, it was just fine. Everything was executed well. I thought the Rochambeau looked particularly nice. It was like really definitive. He was like doing it to make a point. You know, in general, Saints wrestling to make a point was a bit of a throwback actually to old putting a guy over by beating 2 or 3 people, superstars, TV squashes that you get way back in the day. It was more for heels than baby faces, but the point stands here. And it made me realise that one of the problems with how they've booked Ricky Saints is that when he walked down the stairs, Scott Hall-esque, the idea was he was coming in levels above virtually the entire roster. And outside of him winning the North American title really quickly,
Fastest ever time, yeah.
nothing else about the booking has made him feel that way. He's actually won it and then just thought, like, you know why I'm here, but you don't know what I want. What I want is to completely blend in with the competition and fit in like I've been here 20 years. And it sounds obvious, but that was the mistake they were making. Like, make him dominant for longer, make him feel like NXT couldn't have possibly prepared for somebody of Ricky Saints' ability to come in and just completely shake things up. Because he hasn't.
Like a Jordan Grace, basically.
Yeah, a great example, yeah. Like this feeling that it is a matter of time before this person gets their hands on the title. And it's never really been like that for him. And this had a little bit of that. Especially because it feels like the stipulation is loser wins.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stipulation is very much like, get the hell out of here. Enjoy your promotion.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. This, for the first time in a while, made me feel like Ricky Saints has actually got a bit of upward momentum on the show, and he wrestled with the confidence of somebody that had that as well. like miles and miles away in terms of his confidence and assuredness than we've seen against Ethan Page and these other TV matches. Most have enjoyed him in ages.
No, this was a good night for Ricky Sainz, the next Rock. Obviously, didn't see much of that in this match, but, if you want to be less bad faithy about it, no, he looked good here. I liked his chops. Line them, suck her up. As well, I got a little glimpse, because Ricky Sainz for me in NXT, I don't want to say bust, like he's a complete catastrophic failure, but considering where he was, the level he was talking himself up to being, the narrative, just poser crap about Tony Khan's an idiot because he had the next Rock even better, potentially. He's fumbled him. Like noise and nonsense that when you don't see The Rock and you just see a guy doing a gentleman's 3 on telly, his gimmick or his character arc is that he kind of talk for 3 weeks. What? You're gonna book a segment involving Ricky Sainz, Ricky Starks, and Ava, and only one of them's allowed to talk, and it's Ava. What are we doing here?
That is like somebody looked at that screen and went, the next Rock's on screen, and it's his daughter.
Yeah. I really liked the chops, the fact that he was just cutting through the competition with ease, like a nice bit of contrast because...
Mouthing off at Ethan Page, wasn't he? On one of the pins. It was nice.
He looked like he was himself again. Sort of glimpse of it. Not the whole article, but a glimpse of it. And what I liked about Ricky Starks is that at his best, bit stumble-bumble, composure issues, bit awkward at times in the ring. At his best, he is one of the rare wrestlers who can make every second count. Very good at emoting. What I liked sometimes is when he would take a bump and the other wrestler happened to lie, bump next to him, on a suplex or something. He'd always kick his leg out and try and kick them. He was always pissed off a little bit. He was always feeling himself in those matches. Did a backbreaker here, I think it was on Baylor. Did a backbreaker and then just kicked him immediately. Why can't you do that?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be this form? I've done this move, now I must pause and do the next one.
Walk a wide circle around the body to project the way that all wrestlers do. And
he's just got those little touches that make you think that the character is in character at all times. This is all right. We're fine.
We go backstage. There's Zaya and Sol. They're getting excited about their match, not only at the, Sol's match at the Great American Bash, but also at Evolution, of course. They're in the tag four-way. We feel pretty stupid now questioning about why on earth it was them that got it instead of the others. So, Izzy wanted a spot in the Women's Battle Royal.
Yep.
So, that's that.
Absolutely fair.
Laney Reid shows up and says...
On its ass.
Anything going to be left after Sunday? After all, Zaria's spear and Sol is the only reason you're defending the title. Kalani Jordan's there. Congratulations again to her on her engagement. She says, stop sticking your nose in other people's business. A lot of advice is you just got to shut up. It all gets into a bit of a row, really, doesn't it?
What?
And it sets up a match between Kalani and Laney Reid later on in the show.
Yeah.
It's diabolical, this.
Low key compared to some of the skits and bits on this one.
Yeah.
But this is the weekly row.
Week after week after week of these women just simply cannot get along with one another. Never with a bloke's locker room.
Never, ever.
Well, sometimes, but not every week.
No.
It's just a staple. It's a signature of the program.
We see Jordan Grace.
Ladies fight.
Ladies fight.
We see Jordan Grace working out and then getting a phone call from Blake Monroe. Oh my God, this is sort of something brilliant on this show.
No.
Yeah.
Grace, where you at? So we were training for the match we've got, And Blake's like, I bet I know what you're doing. You're working out. You're black leggings, black sports bra, what have you. Blake's sending her driver over because they're going to have a glamour workout. Grace is like, no, I don't want to do any of that. I could probably lift a car, if anything. And she's like, no, come on. When the glamour and the juggernaut join forces, American Bash isn't going to know what's hit it. And Grace basically says, I'll come if you stop talking. Blake says she'll see you soon. And then subsequently we see her arriving at the spa and going, oh, bloody hell, what have I got myself into it?
Well, we don't see, it's a cliffhanger, isn't it? We don't see the spa at first.
Well,
She just looks up and, kind of underselling how brilliant this was. Twice, actually, because, she doesn't see the spa. So she's like, oh, bloody hell. And you're like, what's she done? And this is the first hint of the glamour notes. Brilliant. And... yeah, kind of trampled over some of the excellent. Let's give Shawn Michaels his due here, right? So the big car pulls up to pick up Jordan Grace, I can't lift a car. I'm strong. It's not for lifting. Get in. I was like, this cannot miss.
It missed
you just
badly.
knew that this was going to be.
This was peak NXT.
Yeah,
right?
this
It was peak NXT, and I hated it. Like,
This is Mariah May's Blake Monroe's best week by a million billion miles.
In wrestling.
I will touch on this when we make the visit to the place, to the location of the shoot. And it's funny how they can spring for locations for some shoots and not others.
Yes.
Telling, some might say.
I have my own theories on that, which we'll get to.
I'm sure it's completely brain dead.
And let's see if this Glamour workout's one Sidge over by the time we get to it.
Good retention strategy, like the TV show itself. Where could you have taken her to?
I'm going nowhere. I really like what came next. It was Charlie Dempsey versus Tavian Heights, obviously with the stipulation being if Tavian wins, he's free from the NQCC. Ren Sinclair is there at ringside as well. She will factor into this later because Tavian dominates Dempsey early on, chucks him around all over the place. It's a nice slam, elbow lock. Dempsey takes back over and then rips that awesome mask that Tavian's wearing after his injury, rips his mask off and slaps him. Tavian fires back, tackles Dempsey.
Do you like masks?
On occasion. Yeah.
Arena Mexico Dynamite? Or?
Oof, God, too much. More of a AAA guy myself. Batters him, hits a clothesline off the ropes. They bump heads as we go to a break.
Wilbourn didn't stand up for AAA.
Me and Mr. Iguana.
I've been a AAA guy all my month. Yeah.
I got all of my Lucha Libre.
That was it. Yeah, you were full. I can't
And
get
then,
anymore.
by sort of mid-August, I'll have had my fill of Philly. That's it. No more than that. No more. Absolutely no more, thank you. The Met, and then that's it. Dempsey, we come back. They spill to the floor. Tavian sends Dempsey into the ring steps, and they fight up the steps. But oh no! Tavian's leg gets caught in between the ring and the steps.
That was well done, that.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. Dempsey obviously jumps all over this. Ren's not happy about it, but he's just stomping on it, kicking the stairs and what have you. Targets the leg, obviously, when they get back in there. Nice single leg crab. Tavian's trying to get to the ropes, but Dempsey pulls him back in, stomps on his knee, goes after it again, bends it back, grabs his face. But, and this is key, as he's talking back on it all, we see Tavian Heights refusing to quit. He is not gonna have this match called off like that. But Ren, pity for her friends, feeling torn, throws the towel in, costs Tavian Heights the match. He is sticking around in the NQCC, and there's nothing he can do about it.
Right. The action was mostly just fine, if even that at points, until we got to the leg. And then obviously you had...
I like Tavian chucking Charlie Dempsey around.
Me too, but I wouldn't say it was anything special. But I don't care. If this was on Raw or SmackDown, I'd praise it even more than I'm about to here. I like this simply because I just think they've done the work. I find myself enjoying the NQCC now. They've not rushed any sort of weird character developments that ultimately no longer make sense, like Chase U, or they've not...
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
They've not just
Even I'm like, what's happening?
Like, they've not just... We've not found ourselves at a conclusion to all this a little bit out of nowhere, like the family. Like, this has been, if anything, a stable that for the longest time I couldn't be arsed with, that over time they've kind of, like... Yeah, they've charmed me. They have charmed me. And they've all improved as performers with it. So if they'd have done this in week 3 or 4 of this stable, it would have, who'd have cared? Like, there'd have been these characters.
He would have pretended to care.
He would have done. But there would have felt like caricatures, ultimately. The Miles Bourne turning point and him getting over as he did and then getting out with the group has really done something for Charlie Dempsey's appeal as this bastard.
Yeah.
I like him now. I've never really cared about him. But he was veering towards Tyler Bate / his own Dar, and now I'm quite into his performance.
His dad, sorry.
Oh, it's
William Regal.
Like father, like son. Should have
That
picked
makes a
on
lot of
those
sense.
clues.
I should remember this for next time.
Same with Ren Sinclair. Bit of a caricature early doors, but they all grow on you.
Love Ren, yeah.
The charm, yeah. Tavian Heights is my favourite of the bunch, and this was executed the exact way I would have booked it. So you're watching this thinking, yep, that's and even better actually, because I would have just the accidental interference or something, but the towel is better. Yeah. Because the towel she's been the babyface from the entire beginning. She doesn't actually want this hostility within the group. She was the one that was like, let Miles Bourne leave if he wants to. Whereas it's Charlie Dempsey's ego and the rest of it. Yeah, I think they've done the work with all of this, and I think it played out accordingly.
Yeah, this is one of the better finishes you could have conjured from this ridiculous storyline that they're telling. Action-wise, again, I'm with you. Up until the leg, that was really well done the way they did that, because I got that, ooh, that looks bad. It's almost like a weird relief when you see the wrestler go for it. They're doing the instincts have just really pulled off quite a good spot. And then, you know, the story of the match was decent from there. Up until that, like, surely Charlie Dempsey is playing like, what, a 45-year-old, 23-year-old. He has got to be doing that Sean Spears, Screech Powers, in school forever life. He's nothing he ever does in terms of his style, the way he projects. He'll never make it on the main roster.
No. Early days player coach, he's looking at the Pete Dunne route, isn't he? Like for
but hopefully I don't have to suffer it on telly. Like I did with Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Yeah. Or William Regal at times.
Yeah, oh God, when they try to say he's a serious wrestler. God, where's he got the gear of Mae Young? I hated William Regal late 2000 serious wrestlers gear.
Have you ever considered dressing like Mildred Burke? I got 5 more bloody years out of that.
Oh, turn the lights off.
We all get to a certain age where you're dealing with a bit of a Bobby belly, so you put a bit up top and then sure.
Let's give the old Rodri.
Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. It's funnier in my own country. I can get away with more swear words and bosses don't know. They don't know the British ones. I called Jamie Noble a wanker and they missed it on USA Network. Pissed myself backstage.
all the boys did.
Into a teapot. Yeah. Just in case somebody didn't want to get over.
And I forgot and drank it. Or did I? That's the bit.
They filmed me just in case I want to use it for one of them bloody digital shorts they put on the old World Wide Web now. You got to get over in all sorts of areas. Yeah. Even the Pleasure Beach has got its own website.
Yeah, on the web. I surf that. Big wave of piss, I'll do that. I'll around for £1 as long as Triple H is giving me it.
I did my surfing in Blackpool.
Tony Khan gives me £1, I'll tell him to off.
I want 2 off Tony. I don't want to kill his main event for 3 years. No mistake. I want John Moxley slathering like a dog on nothing.
Do thanks, William.
Thanks, William.
All right. What? You're about to do thanks, William.
Yeah. Thanks, William. Any day, sunshine. Been emotional. It's been emotional.
It's just nice to be asked for advice.
Any day, except for Tuesday. I'm busy on Tuesdays. And Mondays and Fridays as well. Don't tell anyone.
I'm only a phone call away, Paul. Or an in-person meeting. Really, anything. Please get in touch.
Right, our tag team champions, Hank and Tank, are very excited for their tag title match later.
William, just a quick phone call. I'll just let you know. I've booked your flight to Jacksonville.
Yeah. Tampa. Jacksonville. Yeah, that's it. I'll see you there. I'm sure.
I couldn't help noticing that you actually just restarted working for World Wrestling Entertainment.
I just realised something, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I've often said that in February 2020, All Elite Wrestling, the level of detail, the momentum, the vibe, and I know rotten word now, but the feeling.
Yeah.
Just the storytelling, the details, everything was peaking. Oh my God, it was wonderful. And then in March 2020, Matt Hardy arrived in AEW.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, bear with me here, sunshine. AEW, yeah. Gets over the pandemic. Wonderful job, all things considered. And then this just magic casted at you constantly on a weekly basis. Crowds are back. Hangman Page is like ridiculously over. Kenny Omega's a total laugh riot. Guess what? I think CM Punk might be coming back. And Bryan Danielson. It sounds a little bit too good to be true. All right. Well, you know, it isn't. Because guess what? Not only is Punk back, he's great. And he's going to do a long, intricate, maybe best of all time tier feud with MJF. When's that going to culminate? Revolution 2022. Who debuts on that show? William Regal. Everything goes wrong. Oh, who'd have thunk it?
It's a snake in the grass, but for an entirely different wrestler.
Matt Hardy and William Regal. Matt Hardy and William Regal.
It's going to be the chaps in your next book, isn't it?
I'm not writing a book just in case people think I am.
Walk in a golden shower by Michael Sidgwick. Pissing in teapots by William Regal.
Hank Tank are excited about their tag.
That is so funny, isn't it? That like CM Punk was like, don't feel good about signing William Regal. I think he could be a bad influence on All Elite Wrestling. I only want the best for All Elite Wrestling. The signing of William Regal.
Their footage backstage.
Oh, it's great. Oh my God.
Survivor Series.
I was doing back into the left on that. Like he was going down the handshakes and stuff, and Regal's just like staring straight ahead, and Punk's like, I'll just not shake your hand, and that's that.
You ever seen that press conference of a sheepish, I think I might have said this, but I'll say it again, and about 5 people will understand. You ever seen the press conference of the sheepish Steve Bruce?
Yep.
Hello? Hi. It's William Regal when CM Punk's talking to him.
How's the piss, did you say? Lexus King.
I wish I had 11 Pete Dunnes on that pitch.
Lexus King spying
Pete
around.
11 Pete Dunnes to get a 0-0 draw in a wrestling match.
Yeah, I know.
A bit boring.
Sorry. Javon Evans comes up and gets jumped by Jasper Troy, who rocks
Javon
him. Javon Evans.
Oh, right.
Gets chucked against that big roll-up door of theirs, and then he gets pulled back by Hank and Tank, but then hits a running knee strike against poor Javon as well.
Happened.
We said it was going to be set.
Yeah, I've got nothing massively positive to say about their interactions here, but I do like the match.
Yeah.
He's massive, Jasper Troy. So
he's got nothing yet.
Yeah, you find people to illustrate that. And Javon Evans bouncing around. He beats him, obviously, but like...
Your boy's bouncy.
Yeah.
So...
Then it was time for Joe Hendry and Mike Santana to team up against the High Rise. Wesley was at ringside as Tariq Igwe and Tyson DuPont represented them. Santana looked good in here. He nails DuPont with a kick, and Hendry hits a fall-away slam as we go to a break early on. When we come back, Joe's in trouble. Hits a big suplex, though, to get out of it. Gets the hot tag to Santana, who runs wild. It's a cutter. Dives over the top to take out DuPont. Gets him back in there. The cover gets broken up. It's a big brawl between all 4 of them. Hendry sends Igwe to the floor and does that dive onto him. Tyson blocks the block party, but gets taken out. Santana goes up top, but Wesley distracts the ref, and here comes Trick Williams to take out Joe Hendry. Santana is distracted by this, glares at Trick, missed the stomp, but rolls through it, hits Wesley, who's on the apron with a big right hand, and Santana hits the spinning lariat on DuPont for the 1-2-3. But post-match, Trick gets in there with the rest of the High Rise, beats down Hendry and Santana. There's a trick shot to Joe Hendry, and the heels stand tall over the TNA baby faces.
I feel like we go over old ground every week with this. Some good, some bad. This has been effective at getting Trick Williams over as a heel, I will say, for the first time since they've turned him. But I'll be interested to see how that works once this TNA ugliness is dealt with. Once he's no longer got the belt and he can get back to the real stuff, how is that going to transfer? I don't know. But it does work with this gang. And Wesley even maybe might be an over heel for the first time. So somehow they've sort of looked into this a little bit, but fair enough. It does seem to be working. And again, like we seem to be repeating at the moment, I feel like I know what WWE want long-term out of Mike Santana, but I can't tell out of Joe Hendry anymore. Like, if I know my TNA onions, and I absolutely don't, it's Joe Hendry winning the world title back and getting revenge on Trick Williams because he's the guy and he was the one that was having to wear the disdain of his colleagues for losing the belt to an NXT wrestler. How dare you? We're Sixers around here. Like, go and get the belt back, Joe.
Yeah.
But this presentation of Hendry and Santana seems to be shining all the spotlight on Santana.
Yeah.
You let a goddamn fader take the belt.
But whose agent?
They would never do that, though, because they're so enthralled to them.
Yeah.
There'd be no slurs.
Thank you, WWE. Like, whose Who's zooming who? Like, I'd love to know who is agenting and controlling any of this. Is this an actual working relationship playing out in front of you? Or is this WWE doing whatever the hell they want with the TNA wrestlers to make, because you've got 2 number 1 contenders here and you're choosing who to make look strong. Joe Hendry was selling on the floor, beaten, and Santana won the match on his own. That's, if watching of wrestling, no, that's a choice. There's a spotlighting happening now. It's not the first time that's happened lately. Are TNA okay with that? If they've got any kind of sign off? I'd like to know. I find that sort of, if maybe the OTJ can get on it.
Whatever you like.
Yeah. Imagine anyone from TNA going, no, we can't have that. We can't.
It is weird though, isn't it? Like, they've got enough of a relationship that I'm not saying like WWE gives them any wins, but just in terms of preserving your talent and your stars and whatever.
They don't give a damn.
Yeah, maybe not, yeah. But like, I find this more an interesting thing to read than actually watch, like trying to work out what might be happening for these
trying to get a big TV
future.
deal, aren't they? We were talking about today on the news.
Who, TNA?
TNA, yeah.
Well, 21 years of that. We'll see if this time, like, 22nd year's the charm. Like,
with who?
I think they just said we're talking to several major outlets, and I think they want to. Let me find my notes for this from the
Max.
News.
I'm taking the piss out, actually.
Wouldn't you?
We're talking to all the established linear guys and a couple of newer platforms that need a foundational programming centerpiece.
It's one of
said Carlos Silva,
yeah.
Anthem Sports Group president. 10 million a year is the range that they're targeting.
They had an amazing deal on Spake and flushed it.
What caused that? Was there a specific thing?
Russo set the wheels in motion, and Hogan and Bischoff crashed the car. There
was another deal that they got, and they were like, just as long as Russo's not involved, they're like, yeah, no worries. And then Russo accidentally emailed them saying, what do you want to do for the TV this week or something?
Dixie Carter sent an email to the wrong Bob.
That was it.
Meant to send an email to Bob Carter. Her father sent it to Bob Ryder, the wrestling journalist.
Imagine getting that.
What a
dumbass. Says you're your dumbass.
She is a underrated for being legendary thicko, Dixie Carter.
The screening the bollocking of the roster was an all-timer.
Oh my God.
Hogan and Bischoff are coming in, and you've all said you're really pissed off, which suggests to the audience that this is not a good bit of business. Shut up and enjoy it.
Get out of my makeup chair.
Yeah.
I once defended her because she got an honor, I guess it would be a
She was super nice to me at a house show once. Really, really nice to me.
Oh, that's
very
because she wanted your money, you mark.
Yeah, completely. But I met D'Lo Brown out of it, and she was showing us all the wrestlers on the phone. I was like, that's pretty cool. Yeah. As a company owner, negligent and irresponsible.
Yeah, everything they say Tony Khan is, she was.
Yeah.
She, a total money mark who had no clue what she was doing. Best of luck at whatever you're up to now. She was a dishonorable mention for most disgusting promotional tactics. And I was doing that big, long article, which is available now on whatculture.com/WWE, ranking them from worst to best. Just the idea being that, they did, murder and dismember that journalist and then did propaganda for them one entire month later. Yeah, but Bob Backlund on top, boring. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's low, it should be the least funny set of awards ever, but it somehow contrives to be quite amusing at times, obviously. And she was a dishonorable mention because during a tsunami in Japan, she once tweeted what?
Oh no!
Hashtag during it when it
hashtag TNA Impact.
No. Oh, worse than that. Far more literal. When there was an ongoing tsunami or a typhoon in Japan.
Something about a wave or something?
A storm is coming. But I don't think that was necessarily I don't think it's a tactic. I think she was just as thick as and just not deliberate. She just didn't pay attention to nothing.
That is a court case. My client leads... we get a nice vignette for Yoshiki Inamura. This was lovely, this. Naomichi Marufuji. I apologize if I butcher these names. Ulka Sasaki. Kaito Kiyomiya. Io Sky. Great Muta was in there as well. Basically all wishing him luck ahead of his title match with Femi at a Great American Bayish. And then we see Inamura walk into the ring. Before we get there, though, we get a pre-tape promo from Dark State. They threaten to interfere in more TNA matches. Knock yourselves out, lads. But they say they're going to have a close eye on that tag title match later. No one knows when the Dark State are going to strike. We didn't hear, so...
Correct. They've contradicted themselves. They've just said it'll be on TNA. No one knows apart from when we tell you. Got 6 scheduled appearances in TNA. Yeah. It's this close to Retribution being contracted Raw superstar.
Yeah.
Let's say we've not been together a year, but it's almost our Slammiversary. Say that. Can you crack the code? Huh? X plus 1.
We're bound for glory.
Yeah. They'll try and stop us, but as I'd say, against all odds, we'll probably get in there and do something about it.
Oh, like elbowing each other. Good one.
It's just Dark State. Just having a conversation with the boys. Do you believe in punishment or rehabilitation? Which one do you? Do you think people should be repunished or rehabilitated?
I think it should be repunished.
Well, do you think soft justice or a bit of hard justice? We'll find out.
I had some hard justice down the Godfather's Club.
Southern justice for hard justice. Southern justice.
Get your ass on the stage again.
Wave your dick from side to side. Say, I believe in the dead man. I did that on the Wednesday because I felt like I missed it from last week's bit. It was so funny. It was a visual of Midian. Like, wave your dick from side to side. Say.
That Scotch kid's bought some singles. Hey, Midian, shake it.
Shake that ass, boy.
Just doing the turnaround with his knob out.
The Joe Hendry.
Oh, Midian, it's your cock.
Right.
Wave your dick from side to side.
Say, I believe in that dead man. Dead man and a streak.
Right.
You did do the one when we were doing the others. Go to Texas and Texas.
I did that as well.
Dallas to
Austin, Dallas, San Antonio. Because we love them in Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. I believe in the dead man.
across the desert on Titan bikes, but we don't sleep.
Right,
Purest striker in WWE.
I believe in my soup bones.
Deadman also on the Dynamite preview today, if you want to check that out.
He's been everywhere.
He's been
He's back
here,
amongst
there,
it.
here, there, and everywhere.
We get the face-off between NXT champion over Femi and the number one contender, Yoshiki Inamura next. Josh Briggs is there with his mate, of course. His mate for now, we could say.
Mm-hmm.
And Yoshiki says, Obi, you want to see I had grit? I beat Jasper Troy, just like I beat Trick Williams. You will be my greatest challenge, but I'm ready. These people support me. Briggs supports me. My friends and family back in Japan support me. Now I must make them proud. Great American Bash, I will fight with honor and I will become the new NXT champion. Hope Femi just goes, oh, no. Well, at least you have the support of the fans and your family and friends. They'll be the ones left to pick up the pieces. Like Josh Briggs, when I beat you, you talk about honor, fighting for honor. Well, this Saturday, why don't you ask yourself, can you lose with honor? Because when it's all said and done, my friend, the truth will prevail. You are not worthy enough to take this title away from me. Briggs has had enough of all this. And he grabs the mic and says, look, Inamura is just being polite. You see what he did to Jasper Troy last week? Let's be real here. He beat
real.
He beat him easier than you did. He's going to do the exact same thing he did to Jasper, to the ruler. What Inamura is too honourable to say is that at the bash he's going to beat your ass. He's a man of honour, but brother, I'm not. I'm done talking. I'm a man of mayhem, and I promise I'll do every single thing in my power to make sure he leaves Saturday as the NXT champion, because this is our only chance. And Femi gets in his face and says, Josh, this is not your fight. Why don't you tell your friend to get out of my face before I break his. And there's a big brawl. Femi clotheslines Briggs over the top rope. Inamura nails him with a right hand and hits a body slam on Femi before security has to break them up here.
Good. Like they've got that. They've got a bit of Fraxium style tension now, where you think you see where it's going, but what if it doesn't? And what if they kind of hold on and then there's a turn later down the line, or they put it together? Who knows? But I'm sort of locked into that. How's it going to end up? I'm going to use a positive TNA comparison now because we certainly enjoy a joke at their expense. This Femi run is increasingly reminding me of, so when they had Samoa Joe as the unbeaten X Division champion before Kurt Angle came in and beat him 3 times in a row. He was a big star. Joe's deal was that he was not really a heel or a babyface, but he was such a killer that whoever stepped to him was going to determine whether or not he was situational heel or babyface. But then he would inevitably get cheered because his stuff got over, and it was over from Ring of Honor, but this was a new audience, the whole deal. And just nobody could beat him. And every time somebody tried to, it would be, well, like this one. Well, like, I've got my mate and I've given him all my support, and then that would go wrong and little stories would splinter off of that. Or a heel heels would try and double team him, like you saw with A-Town Down Under early this year. All of this to say, I really, really like the booking of Femi this year, and this is another example of it. It's going to be done, I sense, after the Great American Bash. I don't feel like there's any afters with Inamura. Maybe Briggs gets another pop if somehow they're still together. But I'm just enjoying this Femi title run in a way that last year I wasn't, and I'm liking the spin-off of the storyline. I can't... Femi wins.
Yeah.
I don't know if the split, the turn, the whatever is happening right now, but I'm sort of...
Inamura's going to have a fun match with him.
And that's it. Yeah, the pairings I landed on are quite good too.
I probably won't watch it because I'm too busy over that weekend. But Inamura versus, we've talked about it, will be a good match. Oh my God. Talk about telegraphing the finish. Yeah. Maybe they'll drag it out. Wrestling pukas these days do have a terrible habit of just all the time doing the same old crap. If the idea is to turn Briggs... He was insufferable.
Yeah.
He was insufferable in this segment. Not so good heel work that, it's really effective, because a lot of his stuff fell flat, and it was like you could feel the embarrassment ooze out of him, especially as he was nearly done talking. But yeah, I was irritated, so that's half the job done.
We can pick up our Great American Bash thoughts on the NXT preview.
That's the better
week,
time. That is the better time to do it. I'm not doing it on Monday. What are you laughing at?
You're there's Evolution and Saturday night's main event to get to. And what with Wilbourn being off, of course, me and Usage will be across all the coverage, excitedly so.
God, I'll be excited for all in if it all goes well.
For all of it. Me too.
What's next on the NXT program?
We're going to the salon because Grace...
Where?
The salon.
The salon! I don't know what a salon is. I don't know what a salon is.
Bit of pasty stuck in my throat there. We go to the salon. Grace isn't happy about being there. She wants to get an Uber back.
Grabs.
My man can pronounce his hairdressers.
Blake calls her a muscle muffin. And Grace says fine, but she rips the sleeves off her robe.
Very good.
Blake says, you treat all your body all the time. It's trying to treat you. And there's a glamour workout with Blake Monroe. They have a pedicure, a massage, although she's like, when's it starting? They get their makeup done. Grace tells Blake this isn't her vibe, but Blake says that self-esteem is something that Grace can also lift if she wants to become the NXT champion at Evolution. They both agree they need to take the title off JC Jane, one way or another.
Why? Why is everyone Seth Rollins? Why is everyone Roman Reigns? Why is everyone Jon Moxley? Why do we need the title off this person? They're going to ruin everything. Can they not just be a champion?
I didn't even...
Do you know what I mean? Why is everyone some, like, harbinger of doom for the promotion of the division? You know what I mean? Why can't it just be like, you know what I mean?
I just hadn't even considered the vision going on, like, a day out for a vignette. To, like go for, like, a self-care day or something altogether. Bron Breakker just smashes it up. This was absolute trash, and I loved it.
Deep down it was,
awful. Loved it. NXT should be this. NXT should be this and this and more of it, quite honestly, because who cares about half the matches? Sid should be the first one to say that as a development place, the Performance Centre's record is poor. So
produce more couples in WrestleMania main events.
Indeed. Keep doing that.
Ratio of 50-1 or something.
Yeah. Shagging and vignettes, that's what NXT can be for. I haven't cared a jot about Blake Monroe since she's arrived. She's felt like a lesser than version of herself from the heights she reached in AEW. But if you've never seen her before, I'm all in favour of dumbass old school character introductions, and that was this. She actually, maybe this was the move all along, because she felt completely believable in this dumb poorly acted world. Like, I don't know if that's a compliment or insult to her.
It's an insult.
I don't know, though, because
No, it's an insult.
it's your role in WWE is to try and have a bit of everything. And I just bought her. I bought her here more than I did in, like, the contract signing or when she was stood on the podium, the Glamour's here
Worked
and
for
all
Tiffany.
that. Yeah, it does work sometimes. And yes, they have to leap out of these ridiculous settings. They do. But because we've already seen Blake Monroe do that, like, you can think to yourself, oh, maybe she can do that again. But can she do this bollocks? Yes. Like,
You can't. It's slop. It's not difficult.
I don't know. I think some people have made it look difficult. Like,
Who?
I think
You pop for it all.
no, the new Chase U lads are abysmal.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess.
I have no idea what's going on with them.
Yeah, I this is for me. This she tears those sleeves off that dressing gown. That's funny.
That's good stuff.
Like the bit when friggin' she looked like 2002 Triple H trying to get a massage. Like, you know, there's elements of pro wrestling there where you do these things to put attributes over. It's not. It is might look like slopsage, but you have to like analyze it to really see the promotion within it. And now we know, because you didn't know before, Jordan Grace is muscly. So now we know that. Being facetious. This was bollocks. I enjoyed it. More bollocks on NXT, please. This is what NXT should be for. Way more than the matches. Way more than the matches. What's the difference in having a match?
Don't make me defend NXT matches, mate.
Well, hang on. What is the difference between having your tryout match in front of your peers at the Performance Centre to having it in front of your friends and family on television? Like, they rehearse these, they try these out, the same moves happen. Sometimes they botch it on TV when they probably didn't in front of Coach Bloom. Who gives a shit?
Not me.
Like, you cannot get this
I
backstage.
don't want either.
Well, that's a different problem you got. Like, I want this, and I got it.
I don't want bad comedy or bad wrestling. I want good things.
This wasn't bad comedy. This was good friendship. Where were the jokes?
How many times do they have to do the whole, you're different to me, I'm different to you, let's come together anyway.
It's like, yeah, it's like Zario and Solruka at the skate park.
Yeah. And it's like Thea Hale and JC Jane to a degree.
Yes.
I realised, at what point are you trying to make
I was
it?
going to
'Cause
say,
you're
like, you just go
really
through like
digging
a
hole for
Hall of
yourself.
Fame, like NXT moments catalogue.
Yeah, I mean,
You
The
say Charlotte Henley and
Shatterlock.
Tiffany Stratton next, because
well, yeah, it's a
oh
similar,
my god,
similar genre. You know it was bad. You
No.
know, even on its own terms, the
Maybe
stable
not.
stuff.
Yeah, she found the bucket. It was hilarious.
And it was a
We
write
all laughed at it at the time.
You hated it.
I mean, it was.
I won him over.
Yeah, he did.
See,
And like, again, I want to stress this. I was watching this. I'll say exactly what I said in the intro. Could not believe
I'm
that
stressed.
could not believe that I get to talk about this for my job. I was just watching this going, what a blessing.
We're blessed. Yeah.
What a blessing. Like, especially because
Too blessed to be stressed.
Right, here's the thing as well. Like, I'm not being funny and saying like it's a horrible, just middle-aged white men here. I'm more enlightened than you. But I mean,
Jesus Christ.
I said I'm not saying it.
Oh, yeah,
I
oh,
said
yeah,
I'm
so you're
not,
not
I
saying
said
it,
I'm
right.
not saying it. What I am saying though is think if this is a story, okay? Like, you know, episodic TV that you love so much. Yeah. Last week, Jordan Grace cuts this robotic but apparently heartfelt promo wherein she says, I don't think I'm good enough. Never really fit the WWE mold. Talking around, you know what she's talking around here, right? Where she is like diminutive, muscular, doesn't go for like that proper, you know, old divas look. And she's pouring her heart out and all the rest of it. And I just didn't think I'm worthy of WWE. Okay. You know what she was talking around or hinting at or whatever. Was it 2 weeks or 1 week later?
What? This?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a week. That was last week, I think.
Yeah. 1 week later. Girl, if you want to feel good about yourself, put some makeup on.
alongside your hard work in the gym. She was trying to say it's an all-round prep game.
Exactly.
Come on, bro.
She already saw her working out. She's done a workout already.
It's,
Bit of
it's just
self-care,
like,
nothing
you
wrong
know
with
what?
that.
I do feel better about myself
Mental health.
now that I've been pampered and put some lipstick on my face. It's utter drivel.
She's saying maybe a bit of what you like can help me. It's like when I watch a Young Bucks match. I'm like, Sid, you know what? It was all right. A bit of what you like has helped me. We're Blake and Jordan in that situation. I'll be Jordan.
I cannot wait for the next like really good Dynamite match that you're going to go, oh, this. When you liked
I won't hold your breath.
Roxanne Perez versus Kairi Sane.
I can't be Jordan Grace every week, but you keep being my Blake Monroe, and we'll get there together.
It was just like really, in terms of a comedy skit, which I thought the optics of which were pretty terrible after what she was saying and what she was talking around last week. The acting was poor.
It's horrendous.
Move on.
Kalani Jordan versus Laney Reid.
More wooden than the sets, man.
Let's just you feel really bad about yourself and you think you don't look a certain way. Well, we can make you look a certain way. Come to the salon and we can fix you right up.
Kalani Jordan versus Laney Reid. Laney target her knee by slamming it onto the apron.
Maybe that could be the name of the next women's wrestler that they can get from the salon.
Salon.
Sally on, short Sal, short for Sally, Sal on.
Should be Sal Anon if she was from NXT, wouldn't she?
This means a makeup girl. Joke.
Just seemed like a spot on day for Jordan Grace, didn't it? Healthy body, healthy mind.
We should have a spa day.
Strongly.
I do love a spa, to be fair. Spas are goated.
No,
you wouldn't like them.
I wouldn't.
You have to look at other people's bodies.
Yep. Nope. I like that.
One of my favourite things to do, that.
I like self-care in the same way that spas help people. I just want to sit alone in a dark room with crisps.
I think if you were alone in a spa, actually, no, you're weird. You probably wouldn't like spas.
You like spa?
I like spa, but it's if I can get those like salt and vinegar stick crisps, 3-pack of chalk ices,
chomp,
and a Mars bar milkshake, and
spas are you just feel amazing in a spa.
A lot of people's bodies and that, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. It's the opposite of relax to me. Put your skin away. But I can't say that in a spa because that's what it's there for.
Yeah.
I don't like it when you see it in the streets in the summer.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, put your top on.
Put a coat on. Last week I saw a really sunburned Raji.
I thought you were going to say something else there.
That's office chat. He's always coming through his stuff. Right, Kalani beats up Laney Reid. Goes for the.
You got like a little Tekla coming, like spinning a web out your hair, and it's really distracting. Yeah, he's probably knocked him away now.
Kalani Jordan won with a split-legged moonsault.
Yeah,
split-legged moonsault.
Thea Hale ran down to beat up Laney Reid post-match as well. So that.
Kalani Jordan's like, what's she going to like?
This is
Thea Hale's creative direction the last 6 months.
This is again where I struggle. Like, so we go from the women's locker room where they have a yak and a bitch is clearly scripted by a man and how he perceives women to interact. Leads to like a 4-minute match, which you'll never remember. And then back to the locker room we go.
The second rope split leg moonsault thing was pretty cool.
That did look good.
Back up to spring herself down.
That looked good.
I like Kalani Jordan.
Yeah.
I just call her up. She's done here. She's done here.
Javon is being checked over by medical when Jasper Troy comes in and ruins him again before being pulled off by officials. You want to say about that? Or?
Match is set, is it?
Yeah, subsequently the matches. He comes. Jump ahead to that.
Yeah.
He storms to the ring and says he's done with Javon Evans. He wants Ava. She hasn't got the same. She rocks daughter, general manager of NXT, Booker and Cook of the Year. Put her in the NXT Championship match. Make it a 3-way basically. But Javon super kicks Troy. It's a big dive, and yes, the match is subsequently set for the Great American Bash.
Fine. Yeah.
Then
main event.
Whoa, no.
Well, I would say it kind of is, but this is a bit of a double main event, wasn't it? So
this was, wow. We're about to see quite the characters. So we see Tony D'Angelo walking into a warehouse, table set up there.
Like the bowels of the performance center.
Well, it's neutral ground, obviously. That's why they're doing this.
Neutral bowels.
Neutral ground. You wouldn't do this at the restaurant, obviously. That'd be stupid.
It costs a lot of money.
Definitely stupid if you thought that's what they were going to do. Tony shows up. Lucas shows up. Stax is there. They almost get into it. But the Riz is back.
Yep.
Great to see her. She says, yeah, sit down, all three of you. And they all do sit down. And then Lucas says, Riz, what's all this about? You think I was going to stay hiding forever? Tucked away watching wild roll boys.
What?
Should have burned, considering the way Tony was leading everything.
That's supposed to be Stacks.
Yeah, that's meant to be Stacks.
Yeah, enough. I called this final sit down. Told you guys what this. If I told you guys what this was about, none of you would have goddamn showed up. Oh, you're not wrong. Yes, I was in the safe house. I watched always watching. I watched all three of you lose focus on everything the family's accomplished in NXT. Tony, Stacks, you guys created a legacy. Bringing me in, bringing in Luca. All the good times at the restaurant.
You're right, Riz.
Yeah, I've realised I think the Riz character I play doesn't use her arms.
Adriana, Rizzo.
Yeah, because you got Luca, Stacks, Tony. Yeah. So the Riz has to. It's all different character motivations.
Yeah.
It's very Stanislavski. What did he say? What did he say?
Stanislavskian. Going deep into the old Warwick archives there. Him and Stephen Merchant, man. Top of the pile.
Loves a bit of Stanislavski as well. Born and bred.
Yeah.
NXT's new character. Oh, Mr. Islavsky. First name Stan. Good to meet you.
All the good times at the restaurant, taking people to the bridge, murder.
Yeah.
Taking people to the wood shop, the championship, the family, and you guys destroyed it all. Oh, take it easy, Riz.
You're the receptionist from Ghostbusters.
Tony, remember when we were in Vegas and I talked to you about sitting down with everyone to resolve this, but you didn't want to do that. No. Now look. Riz, you really think that calling us here was going to bring this family together? They did, but there's no saving this. Just one last piece of family business.
It looks like he's asleep in an office. Like a dead.
What's that?
Before I get
I feel like I'm visiting him in hospital.
Yeah. And notes, feel free to.
I mean, I'm enjoying this so much.
Before I get into it, let me say this. Stacks, every time you hear
It's
on
like
the
Weekend at Riz's.
you have to do it better. Luca, every time you sign a document, you wonder if Tony has your best interests. And even if there was a point to save on it, Tony, you always gonna wonder if someone's gonna stab you in the back. Once trust is broken, doubt creeps in, and it just don't work. If I left you guys do this, we'd never see the end of it. So I did what I had to do, and I talked to Ava. She hasn't got a surname. She rocked on it. General manager, Booker Crook of the Year. Got a triple threat next week. Now, this is WWE. I can't guarantee your path's not crossing again, but as far as family business is concerned, this is the final battle.
You know what? I think you guys are setting me up. What are you laughing at?
Tony's laughing at this point. Oh! You know, this is hilarious. The rat thinks he's getting set up. Typical rat behavior. You know what, Tony? I actually agree with you. You're the one who turned on this family in the first place. He's talking to Stacks.
I turned, huh?
Oh! Who's talking now? Ooh, Mr. I want to go. Mr. I want to go out on my own and do my own thing. Oh, as far as I'm concerned, you're in the same boat.
Listen, I grew bigger than this family and you three couldn't take it. Especially you, Tony.
How do you describe the world? Wonderful or? That is pretty good.
Call him Mr. Iguana.
I'm the Heritage Cup champion right now. Bigger than all of you. Next week, I'm going to prove it again.
I did like this bit.
You like all of it.
Tony went, oh! You know I hate you. I hate you too. It's straight in. Tony was like trying to continue his sentence. I hate you too. Oh, I really do. You know, you two should split the cup in half. I give it a week before you lose that goddamn cup. Tony, for me to do anything in NXT, I need to get the hell away from him and step out of your shadow. Oh, I get it. Seems like you guys are both happy in your situations right now. Okay, good talk. Riz, it's over. Okay, so rah. I'm done here.
Me too.
And they all get up to leave, but there's a bit of a standoff. Stacks looks and says,
Tony, don't let me catch you by yourself.
oh, the one time I tried to do things by myself. And they all stare at each other and depart.
Oh my God.
Incredible.
You were.
Thank you.
That was excellent, as always.
Very good.
You know, there's a Friends episode, and I can't remember what it is they're doing, but it's one of them. Friends like this device of how could be like them just doing a practice quiz or a pros and cons list or whatever, and it just escalates and escalates like a little mini game show, whatever. And David Schwimmer in particular was very good at like escalating the stakes. And there was a point where like the delivery of, I've forgotten what we're doing here.
Bamboozle.
Was it Bamboozle? Yeah.
Oh,
where
I like that episode.
I've lost sight. There was a practice quiz for Joey, but it's like they get so into the game. It's like, I've lost sight of what we're doing here. And it's like they've started like getting like neatly with each other. Yeah, all that sort of thing. The popping of the balloon when Riz said, now it's WWE, so you're going to bump into each other from time to time, and then them having to like try and thread years of this bollocks into like a big triple threat match where we're all just going to be straight up goddamn wrestlers after all of this is finished. Just like what am I doing with my life? Like what the hell have any of these been doing with their characters' lives? It's like after all this is said and done, like they all just become like boots and trunks wrestlers. So like they go the separate ways. They leave the mafia life behind because it's WWE. Like the idea of her not saying, I don't know, like we all frequent the same restaurants. We're literally a family, not necessarily all bonded by blood, but there's going to be cousins and aunties and uncles and stuff, like birthday parties, christenings, whatever.
Barbecues.
Yeah, no, it's WWE. So, you know, what if we both end up at SummerSlam? Just like...
They both managed to keep it amicable at the Trick Lash Legend thing
They did.
recently, didn't they? So,
I fear for them all a bit, if I'm honest, because I wanted the family
I do a bit.
to get the call up together, because I know it's dumb, but I love it. And I thought if they go up together, it sort of stands a chance of just this act. And what if it just takes? Sometimes things just take. And yeah, it would have to lean in and be a bit more humorous and whatever, but it might work.
Yeah, more comedy, less crimes.
Yeah. Individually and split off into wrestlers. I'm just worried for all of them when this is all said and done. And that was what there was a sadness to it, more of the end of an era, but it was a bit like, now when the triple threat final battle is there, and then you think of like Ring of Honor and actual wrestling, and like, what the frig is it?
Yeah.
It's better than Ring of Honor, this crap. This final battle's way better than anything they can do.
Every one of their
What about 2005 Ring of Honor?
I'm not a fan. I didn't really keep up with it then.
I don't like CM Punk, do you know?
No, I know about his work then. He was kind of the like shining star. Everyone else was couldn't care less. I don't know. I never watched it. Who did? Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
2005. John Cena's coming up. Come on.
See how many matches he's winning?
who's better?
See how many people the FU's pinning? Samoan submission machine. Never seen you put an STFU. So,
you know, will I be sad when this is over and it looks like it's hurtling to that its inevitable demise? As long as you can do the voices, I won't miss the experience of watching it.
I could be very sensitive next Wednesday, so you can be very nice about it, please.
No, you'd be nice about AEW first. I might.
I
be.
always FTR runners.
I don't
They had a
care.
lovely
I
match.
really don't care. I was just doing a bit. I might not. I might.
It's important to me, so.
Yeah, but you're such an antagonist.
When?
You're a troll.
he's a bantagonist because it's all for fun.
He's a troll. We'll see how you are. Yeah.
And of course, the match itself.
Do you unto others as you would like done unto you?
Okay, I'll turn over a new leaf next week.
We'll see.
Next week. Once all this weekend's out of the way. I don't care about this weekend now. Tuesday's all I care about now.
Yeah, your main event has been set.
It's not going to main event. Let's be honest.
No, probably not. And maybe they'll be
should.
given,
It'd be nice. I mean, they
It should be the entire show.
profile. Yeah.
Should be the
Best
entire show.
bits
The
and
history
some-
of the family.
2 hour
Yeah.
triple threat.
No, as in like
2 minute
like,
triple threat, an hour and 58 minutes of the compilations.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good, yeah. Be into that. Just all the skits and bits.
Yeah.
Like one of them YouTube vault uploads, like the story of the D'Angelo
yeah.
family, building to the main event. That'd be great, actually.
Yeah. Anyway.
Mafia special.
R.I.P. the family. What was next?
Oh, sorry. Oh, French phone number calling me here. Hang on 1 second. I'll be.
Dice FM or whatever it is.
Dice. I don't know. Is that anything? Is that anything? Well, what do you guys want to talk about?
He's done it again where we've kind of covered the family and then just bailed to take one of his Switch and Disco calls.
It's always after the actual thoughts that I've been asked to provide, isn't
Mark
it?
Henry
as well?
rings and he gets scared that the world's strongest man wouldn't want his calls not being answered.
What's Mark Henry going to do about it?
Hey,
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right, how are you?
Yeah, feeling pretty confident about next week, to be honest. What do you make of it all, huh? What do you think of the family, huh?
It was funny to me that you took the Heritage Cup along as a flex, I guess, yeah? Like, it really sort of took away from the seriousness of the moment when there was a pan out and there was a massive...
Karaoke everywhere.
Yeah.
Not today. I left it on the plane right now, but
Big trophy
just
in
in
the corner.
case.
Well, you should bring it on the podcast one of these days.
Yeah,
I did. I still remember rightly.
that's true. But it looked different on the cameras, didn't it?
Looks a bit different.
Yeah.
From what
Everyone knows the camera takes off £10.
Yes, that's what happened with that.
Hot out there today, huh? In the
Yeah,
old,
right,
Northeast.
yeah, mild.
I have to get myself a little treats, maybe some ice cream. After all, it is National Ice Cream Month. Sidge, what's the deal with ice cream, huh?
It's just, what is it, like frozen cream and milk and stuff?
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it comes in different flavors. Delicious, refreshing treat in the summertime. You can have it all year round, really, but it's particularly nice on a hot day, refreshing, cooling. And the best flavor is pistachio for me.
Same.
Particularly from if you're based in the northeast of England, the first of two countries, go to Minchella's in South Shields.
I heard good things.
For the pistachio ice cream. It's absolutely wonderful.
Like all the best pistachio. Kind of green.
Kind of green.
I like that.
Kind of green. If I'm going for a more like, they don't have pistachio, I like a chocolate chip ice cream. I do like a chocolate chip ice cream. Very good. What's your favorite ice cream stack?
I only just heard of it, but I gotta say probably Raspberry Ripple. Like a little bit of Raspberry Ripple in there, but that pistachio I've heard is very good. I'm just gonna check it out.
Yeah, you should.
Anyway, I actually was offered a job at the local ice cream shop, but I had to turn it down. I don't like working on Sundays. Huh?
I can tell James that.
Yeah.
Hey, don't let one. Which celebrity is always ready for ice cream?
Something to do with Cone, maybe. Is there any kind of celebrities who've got Cone in the name? Conan O'Brien?
That's not bad. Yeah. What else is there about? What's ice cream related that you could pun off?
Scoop. Cone.
Melt. Conan O'Brien is good though.
Cone and O'Brien.
Yeah.
Good night, right? I'm probably better than the actual answer, to be honest. Which celebrity is always ready for ice cream? Reese with a spoon.
That's good stuff.
That's okay.
good stuff.
That's okay, but I think of it as like a cone.
Not if you're having ice cream in a little tub.
Yeah, that's why I said cone.
I know. But just I like that. I think Stacks has done well there.
Okay,
I like that
I'm
one
not
more than you, I
sure.
think.
Because you think like the ice cream that,
When the kids were little, did you not get ice cream in a tub? Because a cone's a frigging nightmare when they're little.
like
isn't it?
whatever they want.
I
I don't
just,
think about my, I'll clear up the mess afterwards.
not for me. Don't like the admin. I can
Right.
have a tub until they're old enough to deal with the responsibility of a cone.
Yeah, but no one can, it's a bit of a crapshoot with that.
Nah, come on.
Like if you're getting a big old thing of Ben and Jerry's, that's in a little tub, isn't it?
That comes in a tub.
Yeah, but I'm thinking for the purposes of a joke, when you're trying to conjure images, you do think of the emote,
Yeah.
the silhouette.
Maybe they're like the flake sticking out of the night.
Yeah.
Don't cost 99 no more, though, does it?
No.
What's that about?
Inflation.
We'll tell you what that word means if it's ever like National Inflation Week or something.
I don't feel like you steer clear of that one. You'll like just go away from that one.
Question joke number 2. Actually, ironically mentioned this. What do children and ice cream have in common?
They only get more expensive as the years pass. We're doing an inflation thing. Children ice cream.
Children and ice cream have in common.
I think something about surely that
They're both
that
made
nice
when...
nice and small measures, but when you have too much, it makes you feel sick.
Good.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
I mean, inaccurate,
I mean, yeah.
but very good.
Yeah. I like it a little bit, just not a lot.
What's it? I think I might get...
What do children and ice cream have in common?
You're circling something there, Sidge.
Well, I'm thinking if you have like a cone,
Uh-huh.
it's like it melts quickly and you get that one little droplet of ice cream that goes down the cone.
Yes.
It's like after you make them, there's a dribble down your cone.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
We'll have to go with that.
Let's go with that.
Good night, right? Nicholas, not too far off, actually. What do children and ice cream have in common? They're sweet, but they sometimes give you a headache. Huh?
Yeah. Brain freeze.
One of the parents out there to relate to.
Are we
Joke number
right,
3.
guys?
How do I like my women like I like my ice cream, huh?
Maybe it's something to do with, like you've got like 2 scoops and those like 2 scoop cones and like multiple holes. Do you know what I mean? Something like that, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Locked in my freezer till I'm goddamn ready for it. I didn't know what I mean. Something like that.
A lot of different ways this all could go. Sidge.
Yeah.
That's what you've explored.
That's what I'm here. That's what I'm here for.
Yep.
No, it's not that one.
See, the benefit of being in our chairs here is that like Stacks has to deliver the punchline, whereas we can think, do we want to say that?
Yeah.
Like
I often do.
ice cream one, there's a couple of problematic.
How do I like my women like I like my ice cream? Covered in red sauce. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Evidently, I don't know. Stop me from myself.
All right.
That's a bit like me with ice cream.
Yeah.
You see, guys, I like my women like I like my ice cream.
Ice cream.
Your ice cream.
I like my
You
women.
get your ice cream at the salad on.
I like my women like I like my ice cream, huh? I like my women like I like my ice cream. Fat free and dripping down my fingers. See you later, guys.
Bye,
Stacks.
Au revoir.
Who's that? Your French mistress?
No, it was
Second affair.
it was Henri Marc, a friend of mine who's actually coming to the Sweet Chin Disco gig that we're doing.
It's a dig.
What's a dig?
It's
You doing a
dig.
dig? You doing
We're
an
doing
archaeological
a dig.
dig?
It's a dig and a gig.
All right.
Sweet Chin Digger.
What was the last deck? Donset, you went to see Hamflett.
If you want to come to Sweet Chin Disco, join us in Paris after Clash in Paris. Dice.fm. Miss anything?
Stacks.
We're covering the main event as well, so we should probably,
Doesn't look like it, man. Notes haven't actually moved.
I
so.
did from memory.
Loved it that much.
What was the favourite line that you had from the
From the main event, just
Yeah.
I'll see you at Evolution.
What said that?
Which is remarkable if you think about the amount of people that spoke.
Have you got it written down word for word, have you?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my god.
Your star performance is still to come, Sidge. This was when we had, if we're...
I needed to think about it. Yeah. I'll something will happen.
Okay.
I don't know.
So after this, with the family, Jasper Troy, Great American Bash, and then we go to the Culling's dark room. The chair's got 4 legs now.
Yeah.
Tatum Paxley's part of it. She's loving it here, by the way.
So speezy, isn't he?
Like you're on Soccer Saturday. Spears, he loves it.
Trying to attach any kind of characteristic to it.
Spearsy and the Gaffer. Hell, he had a right rare ones. It was hilarious.
4 legs, 1 tree. That was the thing with Spearsy.
Uh,
Gaffer.
They're going to win the tag titles tonight. Nico says they took down Hank and Tag once. They'll do it again. But they weren't the ones who...
You big... I'll tell you, you little... bring your dinner.
The thing about Spearsy is, didn't mind about the result, just you got to give 10. Yeah? That's the thing with Spearsy.
They weren't the ones who attacked Hank and Tank. So who could it possibly have been?
Dark State.
Yeah.
Spearsy, piling up trees, wasn't he? Grafter.
They're going to win the tag titles. Izzy's going to win the women's North American title.
What a character.
You couldn't tell if it was an audio because he'd just sit there in the changing rooms like this. Staring right at you. That was Spearsy.
What a player.
And what came next
Well,
was...
the only player coaches that still works in this generation.
What came next was the tag title match.
You was a kid thing about Spearsy is, God, he really worked hard. He was a true student of the game. And that's because he was in school for 20 years. He had no choice, did he? This is Spearsy, yeah.
But he grafted. End product, he grafted.
Sean Spears and Nico Vance, the wild card from the Culling, taking on Hank and Tank for the NXT Tag Team titles.
Any young footballers, just watch Spearsy. Just watch Spearsy. He'll sort you right out.
Nico dominates for the Culling early on. Tank gets a blind tag and comes in. Pounces Nico. Tank on Hank's back. They double splash Nico for a 2 count. Spears comes in, but Tank cuts him off. It's a senton. Tatum Paxley
in here for 4 hours.
Tatum Paxley caused a distraction. And Izzy. Nico pounces Hank over the announce booth as we go to a break. When we come back, Tank gets the hot tag, runs over Spears, uppercut, atomic drop, shoulder tackle off the second rope. There's a dive through the rope to take out Nico as well. Spears takes Tank out when he gets back in. Yeah. Nico hits a headbutt off the top. There's a cover, 2 count. Hank breaks it up. Nico chucks Hank out to the floor. Spears gets put on Tank's shoulders, but Tatum distracts the official, and Izzy nails Hank. And Spears hits an Impaler DDT for a great 2 count. Sol Ruka goes after Izzy on the outside. They brawl. Zori just picks up Tatum and leaves. And that distracts, obviously, Spears and Nico. Hank and Tank take them out. And Spears takes a bullet for Nico Vance at the end.
That was Spearsy.
Oh, Spearsy. God.
Always jumping in front of a ball.
Yeah.
Hank and Tank's double team finish gives them a 1-3.
Never hiding.
They are still the tag team champions.
Yeah. Aye.
Yes.
We sought to achieve a lot, and I suppose it did. Other than...
I like the last 90 seconds.
Yeah. Aye. The little involvement of Sol Ruka and Zarya with Tatum Paxley trying to keep her from the Cullen, and she's like, just buzzing to be there.
Just happy our boys are still tag champs.
Yeah. I like the America flag shorts this week.
I thought you would.
That was something.
Thoughts?
Very few. I like the last 10 minutes.
That's Spearsy for you.
That's Spearsy.
It goes to the whistle.
I've got to play to the whistle.
What's going on at Chase U? Cale Dixon's match was cancelled because he had a high blood pressure. What's happening?
I don't know.
Yeah, even I'm lost now.
Yep.
Did you fake high blood pressure to get out of this match? I'm completely lost.
No idea.
Fully baffed.
Yep.
Main event of the evening. Ava's Summit. We'll have to get into characters.
I need a character for Jason. Yeah, I can't think of one.
Ava.
Just have a different face for every word.
Yeah, that could work.
Ow.
Well, let's find out.
Yeah, let's see how this goes.
Ava is in the ring with a podium, what have you. Ava says, October 28th, 2018, the first women's evolution.
October 28, 2018, the first women's evolution.
I was in high school at the time.
I was in high school at the time, all those years ago.
I remember watching.
I remember watching.
Just thinking about how amazing it would be to be a part of something so monumental.
Just thinking about how amazing it would be to be a part of something so monumental.
Io Sky was in the finals of the Mae Young Classic.
Io Sky was in the finals of the Mae Young Classic.
Now she's the women's world champion.
Now look at her. She's a women's world champion.
Why did she sound like she's made to a Spearsy?
Oh, you want Ivan the Hot Defense? Jesus Christ.
Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch put on an undeniable last women standing match.
The fear of God into those centre forwards. Say it again.
Charlotte and Becky put on an undeniable last women standing match.
Charlotte and Becky put on an undeniable last woman standing match.
And a history maker in her own right, Nikki Bella was in the main event.
And a history maker and all right. Nikki Bella obviously lost, but that's how we're trying to put it across.
All those women continue to push women's wrestling forward in everything they do.
All those women continue to push women's wrestling forward in everything they do.
It's the first female GM in NXT history.
It's the first female GM in NXT history.
I'm so proud that NXT is going to be all over Evolution.
I'm so proud that NXT is going to be all over Evolution.
Zaria and Sol Ruka have an opportunity to become the women's tag team champions.
Zaria and Sol Ruka have an opportunity to become the first ever NXT women's champions, tag team champions. Is that what you said?
Something like that.
Who cares?
Jordan Grace will take on JC Jane.
No.
Jordan Grace will take on JC Jane
For her NXT Women's Championship.
for her NXT Women's Championship.
And 6 women from NXT will represent us in the Battle Royal.
6 women from NXT will represent us in the Battle Royal.
With a chance to move on to the Clash in Paris for a title opportunity.
I don't know why I'm Bret Hart all of a sudden, but
She said.
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying it. With a chance to go to the Clash in Paris for a whatever.
Title opportunity.
Title opportunity, of course.
Those 6 women are
Those 6 women are
Jada Parker.
Jada Parker,
Did we name all of these, by the way?
Pretty much,
Yesterday,
I think, yeah.
Lola Vice.
Lola Vice,
Kalani Jordan.
Kalani Jordan,
Lash Legend.
Lash Legend,
Izzy Dame.
Izzy Dame,
And
watch
Tatum.
out,
And Tatum Paxley.
and Tatum Paxley.
And those women with that title opportunity on the line.
And those women with that title opportunity on the line
Will show everyone why not only does NXT always set up,
will show everyone why not only does NXT set up,
we show out.
we show out.
We have the most stacked
Shut up, Ava. We have the most stacked
and deepest women's division in the world.
and deepest women's division in the world.
And NXT is the land of opportunity.
This actually took 20 seconds, but I'm making it feel like 2 hours because I need to rain. It's the land of opportunity.
And she's interrupted
She's interrupted.
by fatal influence, that being, of course, Jasmine Nix, former North American champion, Fallon Henley, and JC Jane.
Not sure how this is going to work. Might just do that.
JC says, I'm sorry, Ava. Hi. Do you remember me? You're NXT Women's Champion.
I'm sorry, Ava. Do you remember me? You're NXT champion.
Ava says, I just talked about you.
I just talked about you.
JC Jane says, right, well, to be honest with you,
Right, well, to be honest with you,
I think it's really weird.
I think it's really weird.
You keep talking about everyone else.
You keep talking about everybody else.
When my match
With my man.
and my women's championship
And my women's championship.
be the highlight of Evolution.
Do that
They're
again.
going to be the highlight of Evolution.
Gonna be the highlight of Evolution.
In fact,
In fact,
you don't even need to talk about the Women's Battle Royal.
you don't even need to talk about the women's battle royal.
And when you stand out here,
And when you're down out here,
talk about the NXT Women's Division,
and talk about the NXT women's division.
you're really just talking about JC Jane.
You're really just talking about JC Jane. Do-do-do-do.
Not your sentimental favourite,
Not your sentimental favorite.
TNA Taurus.
TNA Taurus.
That's certainly not your flash in the pan.
It's certainly not your flash in the pan. It took me like 4 years to win this thing.
I think that's...
Think about how tired you are. And then think about how that's been Jack Black's every day. For 20 years, you must go home and go, oh, God, not this again.
Not another day.
I can't believe I woke up again. I'm doing the voice every day and night. and I'm gonna die.
Oh, no! And then we get a parade of women coming out here.
Loads of them.
Jacy Jane is interrupted by Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace.
Evolution is a groundbreaking event, she says. You don't make it
platitude.
It's about the women who paved the way for us when I take that NXT Women's title from you.
Talk about that, though, is it's about counter-programming all elite wrestling.
Going to be the one steering this division into the future. Different days, aren't they? So...
yeah, all right. It's about counter program and Beyonce. Good luck.
Lash Legend skirt shows up. You two go ahead, keep it going. This is going to be a gift for me. You can keep fighting over that NXT Women's Championship, but the Bougie Bully, I'm going to be the talk of Evolution. I'm going to go on and win the Women's Battle Royal in my hometown, Hotlanta, and I'll go on to the Clash in Paris. She didn't say that, but and finally win a Women's Championship, and then. There's a return. Stephanie Vacquet is back home. Amazing to be back. Julia was just sort of there, wasn't she? She was
felt
just
sorry for her when
I felt awful. I was like, is that Julia? She's a champion.
Yeah. Amazing to be back. I love Stephanie Vacquet, but like, amazing to be back.
And
was it only just were there?
Yeah. I don't think they peeled the label off that locker room.
Yeah.
Who gets that one? That's the real question we need to know.
Who could possibly care?
No, me. I don't know why you said it.
She says she respects JC as NXT champion, but Jordan's going to beat her, and Vacquet is going to win the Battle Royal. And then, then Maxine Dupree shows up. Lovely to see her. She says, I know you're not out here discussing women's history without mentioning the boat, the low-key legend, Natalia. Paris made the fashion capital of the world. It's also going to be where one of us is going to be crowned as your new women's champion. And then it's time for Natalia to talk.
No!
Nat Hardy.
They're called the Dungeon Dolls, apparently. They're going to be the last two women in the Battle Royal. I'll bet they're not. Evolution. Then there's Lola Vice, Zelina Vega, Ivy Nile, Julia, like I say, is just there. Izzy Dame, Tatum Paxley. We'd seen people, I should have mentioned we saw people arriving like throughout the show. Jada Parker, though, concludes by saying, you're not the only one who wants an opportunity. Look around, this entire women's division in the WWE is stacked. You can go ahead and keep that same energy because Jada Parker is going to step into that Battle Royal at Evolution and be on point. I'm going to throw all your little asses over the top rope whilst I'm doing it. And I'm going to make my way to the Clash in Paris, get me a little title, bring it back here and defend it, or maybe defend it up there. But either way, baby, in Atlanta, best believe it's my time. And then chaos breaks out. And then Brawl takes us off the air.
Thank God.
I was jazzed by this. I just said to put the brakes on there for a second.
In case the truth came out, like something else.
This sucked.
What an amazing go-home angle.
Yeah, no. Platitude, contrived interruption, platitude. This is absolute slop.
Yeah, it was awful, this.
Can't wait for Sunday now. But let us know your thoughts.
The perfect go-home angle.
I mean, I think the way we did it was the perfect go-home angle.
You jazzed yourself. You loved it.
Let us know your thoughts on everything in the comment section below or on X at WhatCulture WWE. Watch there. You can follow all four of us. You can follow Michael Hamflett at
Michael Hamflett.
Follow Michael Sidgwick at
M. Sidgwick.
You can follow our brilliant producer Adam Nicholas at
It's Adam Nicholas.
And you can follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. Make sure you subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcast from, for daily wrestling podcast, Dynamite preview, featuring the Dead Man, available right now. But for now, this has been the NXT review. My thanks to Hamflett.
Start and sell it.
Thanks to Hamflett, Sidgwick, to Stacks. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.